and welcome to Bollywood Hungama's Best Actor Roundtable 2023. I'm your host, Rohit Khilnani. Gentlemen, you all need no introduction. You all have entertained us through the year. So firstly, from me and the viewers who are watching, a big thank you. आप हमको entertain करते हो, आप लोग बहुत मेहनत करते हो, and आप यहाँ पर आए. From all of us at Bollywood Hungama, big thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So
I think you should introduce these two guys.
Shuru, yeah. That is Arshad Warsi. Yeah.
That is Arshad.
One shall not speak.
Sorry. Yeah. This is Arshad. This is exactly what everyone expects. So please keep going.
I will be a good boy.
It's been a very interesting year for each one of you. I was saying it's a page turner for you all. Doing shows, being a part of movies and shows that that really struck that chord that we also decided हमारे लिए बहुत tough होता है राउंड टेबल करना क्योंकि जब लिस्ट बनती है तो 20 की बनती है फिर कट हो के we like यार let's get this one was good. So I'll start with you, Manoj.
We are the 5 people who agreed to come.
Six.
We are the 6 people who agreed to come.
वो भी बहुत मुश्किल है. Yeah. Manoj, I'll start with you because your film Joram is in the cinemas as we record. I have watched this yesterday. I am completely high on it. It's like a fever that grips you. पहले ये बताइए, ऐसे character के लिए you have a child strapped around you through the film. You are completely deep into this character जो आपके real life से बहुत ही अलग है. How do you do this? Who do you picture when you're doing this? Are you modeling this on someone?
No, I'm not modeling on someone. When you get these kind of films, so what you do that you keep going through the scripts. You sit with the director, try to understand his vision, and then you keep making your mental notes and physical notes. And that is something that I always follow with each and every film. But it's only after few readings that I start visualizing the character or going back in time and refresh the memory of meeting that community somewhere. And I am from a village, so these kind of communities were living side by side. Okay, so they were part of my growing up years. So you really don't picture them when you're doing it. So what are the things that really disturbed me when I was growing up, when I used to play with their children, or they were taking care of me as a child? The one thing that has struck me always, even now when I go back to my village, is when you look into their eyes are completely pale. And, as if the glass-eyed, there's no emotion, nothing. And that was the thing I wanted to get into the character. And that cannot be achieved through craft alone. That can only be achieved if you really decide to take a plunge into it. And there is a dark dungeon hole there. So all the actors know this. So first you are very hesitant to take a dive into it because you know what you're going to go through. It's so dark out there. But without that, there is no chance that you can play. Because if your eyes cannot change, then that performance cannot happen. So and that eyes can only change if you really immerse completely. So it was a very immersive experience for me. Yes, the body language, yes, everything is dictated by the time you are there. So I'm not controlling it. Yes, I have some notes written out there. Sometimes I'm reminded by it, but sometimes you are just following the character, where it is leading you.
No, very interesting the way you've pulled it off. Absolutely, commendable the job that you have done. Big congratulations to you. Arjun, the role you did in Made in Heaven got a lot of praise. Everybody said it's, use the word, most reviews that I have read, like you said, it's very bold of you, it's very brave of you to do this. Did you ever think like that, I'm jumping into something bold?
Not at all. In fact, to me, it was personally, and I'm talking about season 1, कि जब season 1 की बात चल रही थी, I was feeling that मैं repetitive तो नहीं हो रहा हूँ because I had already, in fact, played a gay man twice before in my career.
Right.
So that was my first feeling, and then पढ़ने के बाद तो it was just, and that's what I shared that hesitation with Zoya and Rima in my first meeting. और उन्होंने मुझे पढ़ने को दिया, बोला read it and come back, and and as soon as I finished reading those 9 episodes, it was simply about कि ये character and the journey that he was having is something that I absolutely connected to, and that's really all that there was to it.
Right.
I will say that post season 1 and all the love and appreciation that it did get, and that Emmy nomination which came, it definitely all gave me the like while filming season 2. It definitely gave me a push. It definitely gave me कि अच्छा अब तो मैं और hard, you know. So yeah, no, but at no point did I feel like what I'm doing is something very bold or brave or anything. In fact, like a couple of days after season 1 released, another such role came my way, and I was like, nahi yaar. I mean, honestly, I think like there are many other actors who should get the opportunity to play these parts. So yeah.
Right. Nawaz bhai, आपने जो हड्डी में किया, you know, you always surprise us. We think we know Nawazuddin Siddiqui, we know what to expect. The minute you go into something, you're like, यार ये तो कुछ अलग करके दिखाया है. I also read that, you know, you did meet, आप काफी transgender से मिले. आपको अच्छा लगता है कि रोल में जाने के पहले मैं उनसे मिलूं, देखूं कैसे जीते हैं, क्या बात करते हैं. How does that help to understand, just how does that help living with them, meeting them?
जैसे मनोज भाई ने बताया कि वो एक हमारे इस तरह के जो लोग हैं पार्ट ऑफ लाइफ होते हैं, क्योंकि जब मैं दिल्ली में रहता था तो उस तरह की लोकेलिटी में मैं रहता था जहाँ पे हर रोज़ इनको देखना सुनना होता था, उनके पास से गुजरना होता था, बातें भी करनी होती थी, ऐसा होता था, तो चीज़ें तो मालूम थी, लेकिन जब परफॉर्मेंस करने पे आते हैं ना तो थोड़ा सा एक रिफ्रेश करनी होती है चीज़ें कि क्या पता कुछ अच्छे नुआंसेस मिल जाएँ, करने को तो कर सकते हैं, बट कुछ ऐसी चीज़ें होती हैं मिली मुझे कि एक तो लाउड होते हैं, उसमें जैसे मैंने एक इंटरव्यू में बोला था कि आप बहुत ही सबड्यू और बहुत वेस्टर्न परफॉर्मेंस नहीं कर सकते उसमें, बहुत ही हॉलीवुडियन परफॉर्मेंस नहीं, आपको शाउट करना ही पड़ेगा, वो बोलते हैं तो
वैसे ही बोला,
मतलब हाँ अगर हंसते हैं तो हंसते हैं उसमें आप कहीं से भी कोई भी उनका इमोशन है कोई भी चीज़ है उसको सबड्यू कर ही नहीं सकते आप कि नहीं ये थोड़ा सा रियलिस्टिक जोन में रियलिस्टिक, वो लाउड कभी कभी क्या होता है कि ये लाउड परफॉर्मेंस है यार, वो है तो रियलिस्टिक ना क्या हमारे यहाँ पे गांव कस्बों में या शहरों में बहुत सारे लोग ऐसे होते हैं जो बहुत ही लाउड होके बोलते हैं, अगर वही चीज हम फिल्मों में करते हैं बहुत लाउड है, भाई बहुत सारे लोग हैं जो लाउड होते हैं
और आप तो ऑपोजिट मेरी बात हो रही
नहीं लेकिन बिल्कुल सही कह रहा है नवाज कि अब चैलेंज एक्टर के लिए सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज होता है कि उस पिच पे उसको बिलीवेबल बनाना है, उसको रियल बनाना है, और उस पिच पे बिलीवेबल बिना एक्सपीरियंस को हो नहीं पाता है बहुत मुश्किल काम।
ऐसे हालात में मुश्किल क्या होता है जब आप थोड़ा सा ज्यादा करते हो तो बहुत ज्यादा हो जाता है, तो वो है बहुत ही वो एक लेवल पे वो सही होना चाहिए, कोई ऊपर नीचे नहीं आ सकता।
Right, Arshad, I'll ask you this because Asur 2 came this year, and you know you again got a lot of praise for it. There are many season 2s sitting on this table. You tell me, Arshad, that season 2 में जाने से पहले, how does an actor make sure यार ये season 2 ऐसे ही नहीं बना रहे, they have something on paper, and that's why it deserves a season 2.
I think season 2 can happen only if your season 1 is worth seeing a season 2. If it has that capability to go into. Otherwise, if you're just doing it for money, then it's going to show. It is very obvious. So invariably, I think when we did Asur also, nobody really thought of season 2.
Right.
When they spoke about it, you know, when you sign contracts, I said, यार तुम पहला कदम तो सही रखो, दूसरा कदम बाद में देखना. I said ये ठीक कर लो एक बार. And yes, it turned out to be nice. It turned out to be good. It was interesting. I thought it was a lovely script. Therefore, one goes into season 2. Most of the time, the difference I feel between a web series and a film is a series or a part 2 of a film is completely dependent on how much you like the character, not the film. Exactly. And a web series is totally dependent on the story and the character.
Right.
So it has to be that way. A film you can keep doing series as long as you like the character. Like a Superman, you can make Superman 1, 2, 3, but you can't make a Dilwale part 2. It's not going to work. It's a great film, but you can't make it because they were characters we liked and they have died with the film.
Right.
The script was good. So I think part 2, that is where the whole angle lies. I think the faster we realize that, the far better it is.
Right.
Most of the time also people think that when you preconceive that I'm going to do part 2 and part 3, and then you start going slow, thinking I will start my part 1 slow and part 2 will take off and part 3 will take off. Nobody is going to watch part 2 if your part 1 is boring.
Right.
And the whole sensibility, I believe, of a web series is completely different from a film. A web series, you have to hold the audience's interest right from the first damn frame. You can't, because it's so easy for a person to just switch it off.
True, absolutely. People have the remote, they have the power. Apart, you said earlier that you are the loud one, which you are very proudly. We love you for that. But in Jubilee, you played someone who's the opposite. How did this director manage to curb you like the way you were in Jubilee? I have to say, it is my favorite series of the year. I tell everyone, it is something else I didn't go expecting. Tell us, how did Vikram do that?
First of all, let me thank you for putting me on this table, especially with Manoj. So I started my career with him. I touch his feet to, whenever I meet him. It is an
गाली
immense
देना मैंने
pleasure.
सिखाया
I know.
ये गाली नहीं देता
Very quickly,
मैं इसको बोलता था तू गाली नहीं देगा तब तक तू एक्टर नहीं बनेगा
the very first film, Saat, Uchakkey, I was a, Chandigarh se shift hua, Delhi mein GK1 boy. I would reach the, workshops. Hey, what's up, guys? And Manoj sir is like, तेरे को पता है ना इसमें कितनी गालियां हैं? It's like, अच्छा, तो कल से What's up, guys में नहीं आना है. Can I say it? What he said? Can I say it?
Yes, we want a promo, please. Go ahead.
उससे मेरा good teacher गाली देने में और गाली खाने में फर्क होना चाहिए.
मेरी वर्कशॉप इन वे ऐसी थी कि जब तुम एंटर करो, अगर 6 लोगों को हाय बोल रहे हो तो अलग अलग तरीके से आपने
अच्छा सिखाया था.
उन्होंने इतना अच्छा सिखाया कि मदन कुमार लाइफ का मेरी लाइफ की पूंजी बन गई. So yeah, I mean, I can only say I was brought up well by one of the finest actors of the country. And talking about what you said, I'm a very present guy. जो मेरे दिमाग में चीजें चल रही होती हैं वही मेरे मुंह पे होती हैं. तो hence I'm very talkative, I'm very up tempo about life. But having said that, when I reached Jubilee set, I think what was written on the paper had already given us a pace while reading it a couple of times at home, then reading it a couple of times during the workshop. And the moment you enter the set, वो set की beat ही इतनी ज़्यादा slow है in terms of not in terms of working, but in terms of the moment you see those colors and those cars and those tape recorders, तो आपको लगता है कि यहाँ पे तो आप एकदम से उठ के नहीं जा पाओगे. And those costumes and everything, and I think that really played the part. But majorly, I really want to say this before I say anything else, that I think Vikram sir just caught my silence and my eyes so well that I will not be able to take the credit of Madan Kumar's or Binod's character all my life. It's just Vikram sir's the genius in him, I think, really brought out the best.
But it was lovely.
It was amazing.
He is one of India's best.
He is definitely.
For sure.
Right. Adi, you've done so much work, but when the night manager dropped, everybody just believed that this guy is night manager. Right. One is that, when you were cast for it, what was your big takeaway that I want this from this show? Everybody must be having कि यार मुझे तो ये मिलना चाहिए. Girls went crazy after this night manager. The kind of reactions you got, we were thinking this is like a full, all new reinvention. What did you go in thinking?
Honestly, I never went in hoping about an outcome. I was just going in hoping not to screw it up, essentially. That's what I essentially go into every job, trying to just like do your best and get the job done correctly and give your best. So. And then the outcome is what it is. So for me, I didn't think about that. I was just like excited about getting the chance to play a character that was interesting, a tone that I hadn't gotten to play theatrically before in my career. It was a different tone, which I found to be exciting, and I was just like the material was lovely, and I was really excited over it.
In your case, the continuation came, the season 2. Everybody, we all were asking you, जहाँ भी मिलते थे कि season 2 कब आएगा, next episodes कब drop होंगे. This also dropped because there was a demand, or there was always a plan कि इतने episodes बनेंगे?
No, we shot it in one go.
Okay.
I think the decision to break it up was a decision made later.
Okay.
So the details of why that was made, I don't think I can get into.
shows are doing now.
Yeah,
I think that set the precedent till now. But I mean, ideally it'll be good to know the way it is before. But yeah, now people are saying, when is season 3 coming? No, technically season 2. I'm like, yeah, season 3.
So do you want to tell us when is it coming?
No, Disney Plus Hotstar.
Right. Manoj, आपसे पूछना चाहूँगा ये, please dig in and ask each other also. This should be a discussion.
He was waiting. You shouldn't have said that.
Oh yeah.
Suddenly the host changed.
Sorry.
Arshad sir is the host of the round table.
इनके इंटरव्यू का सत्यानाश करते हैं नहीं एक बार हम लोग शूट पे पागलपंती के शूट पे गए तो सारे एक्टर थे वहाँ पे और सौरभ और मैं एंटर किया और मैंने सौरभ को बोला सौरभ चल मिल के ये फिल्म भी खराब करते हैं
I'm ready. I'm with you on this.
I know. आपको दूसरे राउंड टेबल वालों ने यहाँ भेजा है
वो तो अक्सर
वाह क्या साजिश है।
देखो देखो कुछ लोग आई ऑलवेज से दैट यूनिट पे ना कुछ लोग हायर्ड होते हैं और कुछ लोग प्लांटेड होते हैं
ये प्लांटेड है
इनवाइटेड है और मैं प्लांटेड हूँ
राइट एक चीज पूछना चाहूंगा आई स्टार्ट विद यू मनोज अभी ये फुल टॉक हो गया कि ये एक ओटीटी फिल्म है ये सिर्फ ओटीटी पे चलेगी ये थिएटर में नहीं चलेगी हाउ डू एक्टर्स सी दैट बिकॉज आप लोग तो व्हेन यू गो इन यू आर समटाइम्स यू आर अ पार्ट ऑफ समथिंग दैट वाज सपोज्ड टू गो ऑन द बिग स्क्रीन बट इट एंड्स अप ऑन ओटीटी हाउ डज एन एक्टर सी इट इज इट अ बिग ड्रॉ स्टिल टू बी ऑन द बिग स्क्रीन
Now the OTT, all platforms, they have changed their rules. So mostly all the films that is getting made is not taken by the OTT. So you are left with no other option but to release your
have
films.
to release.
You have to release. So that is one. But sometime if you leave it to the platform, to the studio or to the producers to decide about it, sometimes all of us go wrong. I mean, Sirf Ek Banda Kaafi hai. We put it on OTT, but suddenly people started demanding for the release in theatre. So we were forced to go in theatre. But that film. And I was maintaining that, this film is made for the theatre. Because it is, see what happens that you have to give an experience. When people are, watching a film in a closed atmosphere, you have to give an experience like adrenaline rush, okay? Or you are evoking some kind of emotion which it will be better if the collectively people are watching it. Okay, so that is the only thing. I mean, with Joram also, we went for completely very limited release.
Yeah,
we wanted to see and and review it because it's a thriller at the end of the day. But it's set in a different backdrop.
So it's a business decision only ki let's have a limited release, let's see how it does, then let's go on OTT. It's all business decision.
This is all business decision and it has nothing to do with Manoj Bajpayee or any other actor.
Of course, yeah. I'm just asking how do you all see this? Like ye ek OTT pe, like for example Haddi, was it made for the big screen and then it came on OTT? तो आपको एज एन एक्टर फर्क पड़ता है कि ये कहाँ जा रही है कहाँ रिलीज हो रही है?
सर मेरा काम खत्म हो जाता है जहाँ मेरा खत्म हुआ शूटिंग उस दिन मेरा हाथ जोड़ लेता हूँ
अगला चेक कब आ रहा है
अगली फिल्म
जैसे अब चल के दूसरी फिल्म खराब करते हैं
एक वो था ना नोटोवस्की का वो था जो थिएटर ग्रुप था उनका तो वो जब रिहर्सल करते थे एक्टर्स के साथ तो बता दिया जाता था कि 1 महीने के बाद इसका शो करेंगे 20-22 दिन के बाद जो है वो 2-4 लोगों को बुलाते थे दिखाते थे शो और वहीं एंड हो जाता था वो परफॉर्म करते ही नहीं थे शो जाके तो प्रोसेस थी उसकी वो बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट थी मुझे जो शौक है वो फिल्मिंग करने का जो फिल्म के दौरान जो प्रोसेस होती है उसमें मुझे बहुत इंटरेस्ट है उसके लिए मैं पागल रहता हूँ उसके बाद जब वो फिल्म खत्म हो गई उसका कौन क्या कर रहा है क्या नहीं कर रहा है मुझे जरा से भी इंटरेस्ट नहीं मेरा काम खत्म हो गया
मेरे ख्याल से एक बिजनेस शुरू हो जाता है वो किसी और का किसी और की स्पेशलिटी है हमारी नहीं है
उसमें आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते हो एक्सपर्टीज है ही नहीं है आपका
if I may say so I think there's somewhere now there is become this space where theaters have a certain kind of release and OTT has a certain kind of release people are going to hate me to say this but unfortunately for sensible cinema there's a very limited amount of people in our country who watch it you understand so there's a very small percent of our audience who watch sensible, good, cinema. So now what happens is that limited audience cannot generate the kind of money a cinema like this requires. You get it? So that's where the whole dynamics, I think, goes warped.
Why is that? Because when they go, they just want entertainment and have fun and have a big screen experience.
Exactly. So I mean, you have Avengers and all these kind of movies doing. Why? Why are people watching Mission Impossible, and stuff like that? Just like how we watch RRR and all the other movies. It's the same dynamics. We want to watch these on screen because it's larger than life and things are flying around the place. It's something which I cannot fathom. I can't imagine. It's not far away from my sensibility. It's a treat. It's an experience, and I will go and enjoy that.
Right. But yeah, as actors, do you all want a little bit of this and a little bit of that?
I mean, ideally, if you can have the best of both worlds, why not?
Ideal
I think
situation.
actors like buffet. I want to do everything. Why not? All
Try
actors.
and do different things also. You forget where they're releasing, but you get to do something like that, where you're going to do some action and play something and do something that's different. And as an actor, you want to keep pushing yourselves to try those different things. So it can only be a positive.
He's a perfect example of that. Nawaz has killed it with insanely commercial and insanely sensible cinema, both.
These days, the thing is like going to a theatre over the past few years, COVID and ticket prices and everything taken into consideration. I think the experience of going to the theatre for a film has become taxing on a human to the expense of it.
It's also become a bit of an event.
Everyone
go.
Which is
Just go every
correct.
week and watch
Exactly.
a film.
We used to randomly go. I myself as an audience, it's now maybe only a tentpole, some event movie that will pull me myself into the theatre, which is sad but true.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's happening to audiences. So unfortunately, that's almost all that's working in the theatres.
Correct. Yeah.
And as actors, actually, I think many a time I have been on a film now where we've almost finished shooting it and we have no idea whether it's going to be a theatrical or an OTT. I've been a part of films which were supposed to be theatrical and it's been OTT. And so, I don't know, I think as he said, I have to just focus on the work and...
I think you asked it in a very different way, but I think OTT and films ka jo ye never-ending debate hai, it's going to keep on happening for the next few years.
Okay.
Till the time, maybe, when we were growing up and during the 90s we used to enjoy Byomkesh Bakshi, or we used to enjoy For Teacher, Flop Show, all these shows on Doordarshan. At that time, people used to say, अब TV आ गया है, तो 6-6 महीने बाद फिल्म आ ही जाती है TV पे, कौन देखने जाएगा? And suddenly we corrupted TV so much that we never kind of, हमने उस पे confidence ही छोड़ दिया. I'm just hoping and praying. I mean, in this room, we should only hope and pray that, ऐसा नहीं हो OTT के साथ.
Formats will come. Various different formats will come of watching movies. But the theatre will never die. It was said right from the beginning when DVDs came out, when things came out.
Absolutely.
Theatre is never going to die, no matter what people say. There can be 10,000 different kind of OTTs coming.
Absolutely.
Theatre will never die because it's an experience. And when you sit in a theatre and watch a film, it's a completely different experience which your home will never give you. So you want to have, you really want to watch a good movie, you really want to enjoy yourself, you have to go to the theatre.
Right. अच्छी बात ये हुई है that जो इतनी फिल्में होती थी, which I'm sure we've all experienced,
Which never got made.
No, which have been made, released in a theatre and have been completely shoved aside by a big film and lasted sometimes less than a week. Taken off with, those films have a space now, and that's a win-win, I think.
Right. Actors who have been on the big screen have like tasted blood, and that is something wo humko hamesha chahiye. But there were actors for a long time looked down upon TV. TV role I'll not do. I'm a film star. I'm the big screen actor. But abhi OTT pe aisa nahi hai. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Do we look down upon I want to still, if I have two offers, I will take the big screen offer.
Can I tell you something? When movies were happening earlier, right? When I used to be a choreographer, so I used to interact with a lot of models. All right, and उस वक्त क्या होता था कि सारे models used to really look down upon Hindi cinema. All of them. Movies, oh my God, it's disgusting. Wow, all that stuff. And I used to tell them, dude, I'm telling you, you got to do it. But they couldn't imagine. Imagine a really...
At one time, that was not the cool thing.
It's not a cool thing at all to do. It was not. In spite of having a Zina Taman doing movies, okay? In spite of having a Parveen Bhavi doing movies, it was really looked down upon. Today, every model starts modeling because to do movies.
Right.
You understand? So that's how it is.
I think even Aditya wanted to VJ in person.
Everyone needs something to look down upon, I guess. So it's like, but everyone forgets that सबके ऊपर
But there's
कोई ना
always
कोई
a
और
game
है.
changer. You know, there was Amitabh Bachchan who came on TV
Yeah.
and started doing KBC, and everybody thought, "Ha, yaar, like if Amitabh Bachchan can do, then why can't we?" So now that almost every actor is on OTT, we are not looking down upon.
I think we have only to gain from it because
Yeah,
you're
that's
getting to do more varied work. As an actor and as technicians, and everyone's getting a chance to tell different stories. Directors are being able to think more freely about the stories they want to tell, unencumbered by.
Yeah, being able to cast without pressures of the box office.
Somewhere we
that's
all have
true.
the same sensibility, to be honest, but it just takes some people faster to realize than the others. Like Shah Rukh started doing ads way before everybody else started.
Yeah.
It's just that Mr. B did TV way before everybody else, but then some people, there are some actors who still think मैं TV नहीं करूँगा.
बट होगा एक वक्त जब आप देखोगे उसको.
आएगा
किसकी मिमिक्री थी?
किसी की नहीं थी. मैं ऐसे एक्टर की करता हूँ जो होते ही नहीं है.
I'm just trying to join the dots कि किसके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं?
That's what I'm saying. It just takes time for people to realize.
Manoj, have you ever taken box office pressure?
No.
How
never,
come? Like
never,
how
never.
come? Because you've been doing this for so long. One hit will get another film. So how come? How do you detach and say, "Okay, I'll not take this pressure"?
I mean, look at the films that I have done. That itself says so much.
Planning to buy houses all over the world.
अभी बात कर रहे थे गोवा प्रॉपर्टी खरीदनी है.
Right. नवाज भाई, आपने कभी बॉक्स ऑफिस प्रेशर लिया है?
उसने तो अभी कहा था मैं रोल
बट कभी
मेरा एक्सपर्टीज वो थोड़ा ही है. मेरा जो है मैं उसमें फोकस करता हूँ. जिनको लेना वो ले भाई.
मैं पूछ रहा हूँ, ये कैसे आप करप्ट नहीं होते हैं? ये तो करप्ट, ये लोगों को बिगाड़ने वाली बात है यार. बॉक्स ऑफिस 100 crore एंड दिस एंड दैट.
सी, मैं आपको बताऊं कि मैं जब कॉलेज में था ना, तो बहुत सारे लोग जब आते थे, यार फला फिल्म में ना क्या काम किया उस एक्टर ने, तो हम इसलिए देखने जाते थे.
अच्छा.
मतलब बहुत सारी फिल्में देखी मैंने. उस परिंदा, फिर बंडिट क्वीन, फिर सत्या, इसी दौरान, क्योंकि एक्टर्स के बारे में बात होती थी. आज की डेट में पता क्या हो रहा है? कितना कलेक्शन हो? 100 करोड़. अरे तुम मुंशी बनने कितने करोड़ और कितने, मतलब हिसाब किताब ऐसे लगा जैसे ऐसा लगता है मुझे तो सारे
But yeah, it's
But
upsetting to
everybody
see that
wants
that's
to be a part of a hit movie, right?
It's upsetting to see.
Disguise of an
No, I think the audience
is doing it.
The audience is not
Correct.
Yeah. Why the audience?
I mean,
It's upsetting to see that
having a
audience
hit
saying
movie
that.
is secondary to having an audience love what you put out.
Correct.
The money will come only if that happens first.
Right.
I think.
Right. None of you all have been corrupted. Like, yaar, hit. I want one hit.
I don't have a single hit to my name. I'll say it here.
Look at it as a corruption.
मैं दूसरे मामले में
Monetary endeavor, it is you want it to make money for the people that have invested money in it.
Right.
So it's just common sense that you would want it
And
to
not only
do
that,
well.
if you're part of a hit film, it definitely empowers you to do things your way. I mean, it gives you choices. Beside that, but as he was saying, I mean, that's not in your hand.
It's not in your hands.
You can't chase it.
Yeah.
Plus, also, I would like to, add here that, I mean, if I can, without sounding too much, because I've got decent reviews for Dangal, Stree, Pati Patni, or wo Luka Chupi and all of that, if I can call them my films as well. I mean, it feels happy. You feel very happy that, okay, these numbers have been achieved. But the upsetting part again is that this is a parameter for the audience as well, that this is how a hit or not hit or a flop, a good or a bad film is categorized.
They have been made to think that way because on Twitter, on all social media, all the trade journalists are only putting that out.
Right.
And this has been happening for so many years.
Yeah.
And industry is a part of this also, because industry, like when a film comes, we see every film gets 4 stars from someone or the other.
Right.
So we all have been a part of this.
Right.
Everybody's have been a part of this.
Yeah.
I mean, 4 star,
I mean,
4.5 star का तो कोई मतलब ही नहीं रह गया.
And वही तो
stars. I mean,
putting out
many
your
things that are actually irrelevant. Let's talk about what is good.
Right. Okay, so do you all go and when was the last time you all went and watched something? Today we are sitting here. Animal is killing it at the theaters.
Right.
Have you all? Has anyone?
I watched.
I was rather shocked that we haven't spoken about Animal yet,
No.
because the entire country
How
was
can we
talking
not
about
talk about
Yeah,
it?
absolutely. Everybody's all are good, serious actors. They will hate me. I love the film.
No, not at all.
I haven't seen the
I love the film.
Not at all.
It was like a male version of Kill Bill. Rampage. See, you know what? See, my whole point of view is different. I look at films as complete entertainment.
Okay.
And as I said, when you go to theatre, this is what you want to watch. I don't want to think too hard. Don't teach me. Don't give me lessons. I learned it in school. I don't want to learn anymore. That's it.
And for me, where the film,
This is it.
For me, where the film wins, the victory is that it made me forget the moral compass after a couple of scenes. In scenes का जो composition था shoot करने का लिखने का was so different than what we have seen before, and it almost seemed like a comedy film which has gags and doesn't have a screenplay. This film just had really good, well structured scenes which were just so engaging. So I mean, moral compass, of
So
course.
so it has to be engaging.
Yeah, it has to be
But
engaging.
it has to be
Superbly engaging, sir.
So when it engages you,
Yeah.
you completely forget about all your morality,
Totally,
all your
totally,
principles,
totally.
everything, and then you are just watching a story and how director wants you to watch it. That's it. And this is where it and I have been maintaining this. ये film अगर सोसाइटी बदलती ना तो अब तक ये जन्नत हो चुका है.
Exactly.
मतलब हम जन्नत में रह रहे होते हैं.
सही बात है
है ना?
There are good films that inspire, like there'll be a Chak De India that there will be films like that which will inspire people.
If it is badly made, it will never inspire.
It will, yeah, absolutely.
So at the end of the day, it has to engage you. It should be well made.
Right. So there's an animal, this director has broken every rule book, like every rule in the book. He's gone, like whatever feminists can think goes out of the window. I'm making this. Everyone should have the right to make.
Absolutely.
But this puts, the flag that an actor goes through. Okay, why did he do? How could she be a part of this film? Things like that. Do y'all ever think of this? कि यार ये film कर दिया, पैसे भी कमा लिए, but we may get flag if we do this.
Oh, right.
Flag तो मिलता ही रहता है सबको. आप कुछ भी करो. कुछ भी करो.
Yeah.
Anything. There's one idiot somewhere in the corner who doesn't like you.
But Arshad, this is not one idiot. This is a section. This is a huge portion of people. I personally didn't enjoy the film at all, and I respect that you enjoyed it. I totally.
Being on your round table and saying I loved the film. Sir, मेरे को बेकार लगी सर.
No, I did not like Archie also. Okay, so
whatever.
ये मेरे से बुलवा रहा है.
No, मैं कुछ नहीं कह रहा.
No, what I'm saying is that as
You
actors,
realize
You realize in that in Animal, Ranbir did not hit Rashmika as much as she slapped him. You should be crying. You मारती रहती बीवी मुझे यार. पूरी पिक्चर में चमाट मारते थाड़ बेचारा खाएगा.
So before going into suppose this filmmaker comes to you all tomorrow and say I want to make a film. Will there be any apprehensions, or you'll be like, wow, he changes the rule book, let's work with him?
You can't go by, just the name. What are you being offered?
Correct. नहीं, वो सब अगर सही हुआ,
सब कुछ सही है तो क्यों नहीं कर सकते?
You read the script and it has to be something you're excited about.
Believe in what is happening. That's how it is. And each one to his own belief, because I cannot accept everybody else's belief. You don't like the film, I like the film.
Yeah.
Now I can't go by your judgment.
Absolutely.
You don't like it, so I will not do it. No, I go with my judgment.
Right.
If I think it's good, I'll go ahead and do it. If I believe in it. Okay?
It'll be a tough part.
If it's,
I mean, genuinely,
if it's something which is beyond something that, okay, I must tell you, I think could speak for all of us. There are things that we like to see and not do.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this could come in that bracket.
Right.
Yeah.
Say for example, honestly, like Induji called me to do Grand Masti. Okay, now I don't like those kind of films. Sex-oriented films, I don't like it. Okay. But I don't mind watching it. It's funny, right? But I won't do it. That's how it is. So I may not, as an actor, I don't want to do it. As an audience, I don't mind seeing it.
Right.
That,
That's a very
you
big,
must understand that difference.
If you can
Just because,
have that, that's amazing.
And I don't
Just because I like to see it doesn't mean I want to do it.
Yeah.
I like to see porn. I don't want to do it.
Are you sure?
I'm just telling you.
Best of it. They got the promo line.
I don't see porn. ये नहीं रहेगा. ये fact नहीं रहेगा.
Arjun was
No, I was just saying, I don't think you can let either side dictate, not the fear of getting flack and not the desire to just do something to path breaking without knowing what it is. So everything would depend on that, But like for example, I'll say about Made in Heaven itself. Like season 1 जब release हुआ, and this is just to say how fast the world and the noise in the world changes. Because season 1 release हुआ, wow, amazing, bold, path breaking, all this stuff. But and then season 2 took 4 years to release. और इन 4 साल में दुनिया इतनी बदल गई that the same people who found it so brave and path-breaking could now turn around and be like, oh, you're not giving this opportunity to a gay actor, you know?
Yeah, this is a big discussion.
And these are all the same people.
Really good thought.
And it's just noise, you know?
Right.
वही है.
Really good point.
That is a good point.
And really पिछले 4 साल में जिंदगी genuinely
हाँ,
बहुत बदली.
बिल्कुल,
नहीं
बिल्कुल, बदलती
मतलब
रहेगी.
मैंने कितने साल पहले अलीगढ़ किया था
जी, yeah, exactly. अलीगढ़, yeah.
और अलीगढ़ के तो ट्रेलर को उसके प्रोमो को भी ये सर्टिफिकेट दे दिया. तो हम तो कहीं भी दिखा भी नहीं सकते थे, टीवी पे भी नहीं दिखा सकते थे. मतलब हम टेलीविजन चैनल पर जाते थे तो सिर्फ फोटो लगता था, वो पीछे जो है उसके कोई भी विजुअल नहीं चला सकते थे. सो हमने वो भी समय देखा है कि जहाँ पे जब फिल्म आने के बाद लोगों के परसेप्शन चेंज होने शुरू हुए. देन दे स्टार्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट द परफॉर्मेंस एंड हाउ हंसल मेहता हैज डेल्ट विद इट. इट्स ऑल ऑफ दोस. तो फ्लैग का वंस यू आर कन्विंस्ड अबाउट व्हाट यू आर डूइंग, then I don't think anybody fears the flag coming their
So
way.
many years, we actually portray gay people better than what we used to do. It was a mockery earlier. So sad.
Yeah.
It was so sad. They were not considered human only.
Right.
Yeah, no, and many of you all have performed that so well. You know, all you guys, whoever's done it has done so well. You know, another thing is when producers are now, you know, this whole pressure of getting more eyeballs. You know, when you did Aligarh, there was no social media. Am I right? Like there was.
I mean,
there was
it
limited
was
social-
very limited.
Yeah.
It was not so relevant
Yeah.
and so in the
Correct.
face.
Manoj, do you ever take feedback from there? Is that a place you log on and see log kya bol rahe hain?
नहीं जाता मैं. You can't take those comments seriously, even if they are talking good about you. You can't. You just, you know, and then they say something bad about you. Then you start taking to your heart. It's a world out there. You can't afford to be there and listen to that or read that. Okay. Because then subconsciously it will start dictating.
Sir, feedback तो बहुत दूर की बात है, वो पढ़ने योग्य नहीं.
पढ़ने योग्य नहीं
पढ़ने
होता.
योग्य नहीं.
एक like this is how I have to kind of deal with it sometimes. Is, you know, when you read this, it does hurt you. Okay, it does bother you. But then I always think, I said, you are an actor. You have done funny things in the middle of the road where hundreds of people are watching you. That didn't bother you.
Right.
Why is this idiot bothering you? So it's just that, and you just very fine.
No, it doesn't bother me at all. And touch wood, I mean,
get
if
it
I
out
can
there.
say this without sounding too much again, I'm one of the actors who's never been trolled that way or in any way. But वो वैसे ही पढ़ने योग्य नहीं है for my co-artists, for my fraternity.
Are you telling me because you're only doing good job and we are doing bad job?
Listen, मैं
Is that what you're trying to say? Never been told. I'm so good. Nobody does it. I am so. You guys suck.
आपके चढ़ गए सर. No, what I'm saying is it bothers me when I read comments for my fellow artists. जो उनके comment section में आए हुए हैं. It is very disturbing, especially for female artists. बहुत मुश्किल है वो.
You know, like Richa Chadda said very nicely.
So, चिंटू चंडीगढ़ में क्या सोच रहे हो? उससे आपको क्या करना?
Adi, do you ever go and read the comments? And same thing, does it bother you? Zero.
Don't read one thing. Don't read any reviews also. I don't read reviews. I don't read.
Right.
I
Where
prefer
do you
to
get
just-
your feedback from?
From you get it from people. You
Get
can
it
get it
from
from people that are watching
real
movies and that don't seem to have any other thing going on, like just genuine reactions. You understand what's what.
Right. नवाज भाई, आप काफी बार ट्रोल तो हुए हो, तो तो पढ़ते हो जाकर?
हाँ, ये अनु पढ़वा देता है मुझे बीच बीच में, तो मुझे गुस्सा तो आता है मुझे फिर, लेकिन
ऐसा मत किया करो यार. मैं नहीं चाहता नवाज भाई का मूड कभी भी खराब हो.
गुस्सा तो आता है, बट फिर ये लगता है कि ठीक है यार,
अपनी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू.
हाँ, गुस्सा तो मतलब उतना पर नहीं हुआ हूँ मैं तो, लेकिन जब भी होता है तो मुझे तो लगता है कि मैं जहाँ से भी ये बंदा है, पहले मैं पढ़ता हूँ कि मैं ये कहाँ का है.
मैं बताऊँ एक किस्सा बताता हूँ. मनोज सुनो.
Let me take it. Let's take him out from there. वहाँ के दोस्त को लगाता हूँ, जरा सा पता करे कि ये कौन है ये.
मैं दूसरा इंदौर सम में रहा शूटिंग ना, तो क्या होता था, एक बंदा उसका मैसेज आता रहता था बार बार, ये सर्किट क्या हो रहा है, सर्किट
मोबाइल
में. हाँ, वो सब मैं भाई कौन है बेवकूफ इंसान. बट समहाउ मैं कहीं शूट कर रहा था और एक बंदा आया ऐसे, सर एक फोटो है. उसको आई रिकॉग्नाइज.
Oh my God.
वो भागा वहां से नीचे. He ran for his life.
उसका शॉर्ट सर्किट हो गया.
इत्तेफाक से वो इतनी मार आया था, मुझे शक्ल में देखता तो छप गई थी मार. अरे आया
क्या हिम्मत है.
तू है ना.
But I mean, what you said कि 4 years back वो बहुत bold बोला जाता था. उसमें I'm sure कुछ ऐसे messages आए होंगे interesting which would have been a feedback or
At the time, I mean, nahi, towards Karan, absolutely, bilkul correct.
I can see the ring.
Yeah. No, towards Karan, actually, to my utter surprise, there was not one negative comment that I read or.
I'm talking about the good ones actually.
Yeah.
कुछ अच्छी चीजें आई होंगी.
Amazing.
You represented a very huge.
The good ones were actually just the most personal stories. Like some lady who wrote to me saying ke, I have 2 sons and I've always been uncomfortable with homosexuality, but now if they turn out to be gay, I love them twice as much. Things like that. I was in Chicago for a film festival. Jahan pata nahi, from across the United States, this young gay couple had come to meet me just because very recently they had gotten married after they showed their parents Made in Heaven. So that's how they agreed to, like, you know, so
Those are amazing.
yeah, these are the.
Being a Made in Heaven fan, I kind of knew that कुछ ऐसे message आए होंगे, कुछ ऐसी चीजें हुई होंगी because he represented a huge bunch of people who were not getting that validation, you know.
Yeah, it's never ending with about for the it is.
नवाज भाई जब आपने हड्डी की, did you think of कि I'm representing these kind of people? किसका रिएक्शन इम्पोर्टेंट था? इम्पोर्टेंट था कि उनको भी अच्छी लगे?
पहले तो यही था कि भाई मैं जो कर रहा हूँ वो मेरे हिसाब से वो होना चाहिए, मतलब मैं कन्विंस हूँ उस चीज़ से कि नहीं. हम लोग बाहर ज़्यादा सोचना नहीं चाहिए क्योंकि वो उसके साथ अगर आपने जस्टिस कर लिया ना तो डेफिनेटली उनको भी अच्छा लगेगा. पहले वो सिर्फ वेरी न्यू डार्ट, यू नो, परफॉर्मेंस इज अ वेरी न्यू डार्ट. अगर आपको मालूम है कि मैंने जस्टिस किया है, मैं फील किया है मैंने, तो फिर भूल जाना चाहिए. उनको भी डेफिनेटली उनको भी अच्छा लगेगा. और जो कमेंट्स हुए, जो बातें हुई फिल्म के रिलीज़ होने के बाद, तो वो बहुत ही पॉजिटिव ही था.
और इनका और दिशा में का सीन है भी बहुत अच्छा हुआ और बहुत गाना भी बहुत अच्छा है जो आई थिंक रेखा मैम ने गाया, बेपरवाह समथिंग, बहुत ही कमाल.
नाइस. मैं आप सबको ये क्वेश्चन के बाद बोलूँगा, एक दूसरे से एक क्वेश्चन पूछिए. तो आपको अगर किसी के लिए भी एक क्वेश्चन है तो यू कैन टिल देन थिंक ऑफ दैट टिल आई फिनिश दिस डिस्कशन. सो यू कैन थिंक ऑफ द क्वेश्चन व्हाइल आई टॉक टू आदि.
थिंकिंग ऑफ क्वेश्चन.
अपना काम हमको दे दिया और आदि चलो गप्पे मारते हैं.
You said we take over.
Okay, anyone has a question ready?
चलो एक काम करो, हम लोग आसपास में बाहर में जाके डिस्कस करते हैं.
Adi has a question.
Everyone, why not? Do you check the monitor?
I don't. No, not at all.
Only when I need to know my action continuity for the next shot if it's something that needs.
Like it's not a rule in the head for me कि ये देखना ही देखना है, नहीं देखना है, देख गया सही है, नहीं देखा कोई बात नहीं. कहीं पे कई बार डायरेक्टर खुद ही बोल देता है कि एक बार आके देख.
मेरे साथ में बड़ी दिक्कत होती है. मैं कोई रूल नहीं है क्योंकि मुझे पता है कि जैसे ही जाकर के देखूंगा मैं उसको बोलूंगा एक और टेक दे दे, गिव मी वन मोर टेक. एंड मोस्टली व्हाट हैपेंस, व्हाट आई हैव रियलाइज्ड, सी आई एम एन एक्टर, आई नो, मुझे लगता है कि मैं सारे एक्टर्स की माइंड जानता हूँ. ज्यादातर समय में एक्टर्स ना परफॉर्मेंस छोड़ करके वो अपने आप को देख रहे हो. मैं भी देखता हूँ ये थोड़ा सा स्वेलिंग आ रहा है, यहाँ से स्वेलिंग आ रहा है, तो मुझे ऐसे नहीं टर्न करना है, मुझे ऐसे. सो यू आर लुकिंग एट ऑल द रॉन्ग थिंग्स.
From the looks of it, are we looking down upon people who look at monitors or?
No. I mean, it's about your.
Some people are able to look at it objectively and see it.
I
look at it and I try to imitate what if I like it. Then
So it's okay either way.
For me,
whatever works for you.
I'll tell you nothing. 99% all actors know when they've given 100% and when they've not.
Okay.
Okay, this is the fact. Okay, and very few directors know when an actor is giving this best performance.
Right.
Most of them do not. So there are few directors who will catch and say, boss, एक और कर, 2 और कर, 10 और कर. Till they know कि boss ये optimum actor का ये है, तो वो है. मेरे साथ क्या होता है कि if my director says okay and if I felt no ये नहीं था, ये okay नहीं था, then I will go and check it. So literally my checking the monitor totally is dependent on the capability of my director.
Okay. Adi, you have to answer one question also. Do you look at the monitor?
No, I passed like 5-6 films. No, I stopped.
And because
He's forgotten how he looks now.
Good looking लड़कों को ये देखने की जरूरत नहीं.
Now he just checks the monitor. It's a nice monitor.
Like sometimes when it's a physical thing, like a dance or a fight or something where you want to see how the body is kind of looking in a certain like if it's a physical thing, then I try and.
I do want to say that, you know, really early days, I used to feel every. Sometimes it used to happen कि कैमरा के सामने feel सब कुछ किया, पर दिखा नहीं वो. You know, हमने feel किया, मुझे याद है मैंने feel किया, लेकिन वो translate नहीं हुआ.
Expression नहीं आया.
So sometimes, and that to put that feeling across, there is play with the camera involved. And sometimes, and I think that is something that I think, चाहे monitor देखकर या अपने आप काम ही देख कर, that is something that I've learned slowly over time. You know,
An actor is actually as good as his director allows him to be.
yes, yeah,
That's the
absolutely,
reality.
absolutely.
नवाज भाई आपने मॉनिटर चेक किया लास्ट कब और
आई थिंक मुझे जब मैं
इनके घर पे एक पड़ा हुआ है.
हाउस में चेक करता हूँ. एक्चुअली क्या होता है कि लाइक जैसे अर्जुन ने कहा कि कभी कभी ट्रांसलेट नहीं होता है या नहीं आता निकल के, तो नहीं निकल के आता और अच्छा है, पता है वो कभी कभी बहुत अच्छा होता है वो.
Sure.
एक इंडल्ज होता है कि एक्टर का इमोशन एक्सप्रेशन और आना चाहिए, बट मैं कह रहा हूँ कि उसी चीज़ से बचना चाहिए. और थोड़ा सा भी कभी कभी क्या होता है ना, परफेक्शन. मुझे बहुत ही नफरत है इस वर्ड से. मैंने हर चीज में मेरा परफेक्शन होना नहीं है. करेक्ट. हाँ, मेरा कहीं फंबल भी हो जाता है, इधर उधर भी हो जाता है, मैंने यार रखो इसको, अच्छा है ये ओवरलैपिंग हो गई, मैंने रखो इसको यार.
Okay.
हाँ, वो रखना चाहिए.
It's quite life like that.
करेक्ट लगता है.
तो हर चीज के आपके डायलॉग के इमीडिएटली बाद मैं बोलूंगा, मेरे डायलॉग खत्म होने के बाद ये बोलेगा, बहुत ही मैकेनिकल.
You know, Shekhar Kapoor, पहली फिल्म Bandit Queen में, and I was very curious because it was BBC Channel 4 which was producing it, so सारे गोरे थे और मॉनिटर भी था, और मेरी पहली फिल्म, so you know for me everything was quite exciting. थिएटर से आकर के suddenly there is a camera, है ना, so I was going to the monitor after every take. Then Shekhar came to me and said कि तू क्यों देख रहा है?
आप पे भरोसा नहीं है.
क्यों देख रहा है? क्यों देख रहा है? नहीं सर, वो देख रहा था कि कैसा
दिख रहा
तो तू अपना करना, कैमरा कैप्चर करेगा, तेरे को क्या करना है, तू मॉनिटर मत देख. आई डोंट नो व्हाट हाउ दैट इम्पैक्टेड माय माइंडसेट दैट टिल नाउ I know I don't watch it.
And we are really the ones to be able to really judge. Sometimes you think you've done your best, but that's not the best take most time.
So what happened to Sir? Same thing happened to me in the first two films, which is Saat, Uchakkey and Dangal. I mean, people were so senior that मेरी हिम्मत ही नहीं हुई जाके देखने की. जहाँ मनोज सर खड़े हैं, जहाँ पर अमर सर खड़े हैं, तो मेरी हिम्मत ही नहीं उसका दोबारा कोई आदत ही पड़ गई नहीं देखने जाके. But having said that, it's not a rule that I follow.
But you know that y'all are the poster boys, y'all are on the poster. There's no harm. Suppose you feel like आज मेरे बाल ठीक नहीं लग रहे हैं, I want to look my best, I want to look good, and that's
नहीं, वो सब वैन में करके आओ. Ideally.
And also you have those people attending to you. The hair person is there.
Yeah.
You know, and
That's what-
he knows that I'm going to watch the final product, and if there is anything,
Like Akshay, while we were shooting, so the makeup guy came and he did, and he said, "Sir, क्या shot दिया सर आप?" तो बोला, "तू मेकअप लगा, मस्का मत."
Super. I'm ready with my question.
your turn to ask.
Yeah. I want to ask one question to him about Made in Heaven. So I have two questions, one for him and one collective question for the three senior actors. For him, it is, not a lot of current generation young, lead actors have tried their, उन्होंने OTT में नहीं try किया है. I think it's only him and Shahid who have majorly taken that leap, And I'm majorly talking about, this. I mean, I'm so sorry. I mean, everybody is in the same generation, but I mean, him or Shahid are in the same, in the younger batch. So, I mean, लोग आके ज्ञान बांटते हैं हर कोई, तो हर कोई क्या कहता है, ये सही किया है कि ये गलत किया है?
Some people say नहीं मत करो, some people say हाँ यार. So then it was divided, and at the end of the day, I think I just felt too strongly about. Like too excited to do it.
Right.
It was too good. I was like, now for what theory am I going to put into this? I just felt compelled. I can't say no to something. It was just
Right. Can I continue? So nowadays you all have so many people telling you what to do, managers, agencies, and everything. Who do you ultimately listen to?
I mean, it's nice to have a couple of people that you can have as bouncing balls. For me, it's always been my brothers are both part of the industry.
Right.
So I always listen, like take their advice.
Okay.
But try and make your own decision. So that then later they can never blame them.
My second question to Arshad sir, Nawaz sir, and Manoj sir is that also because I was a part of Jubilee, which was 40s and the 50s. So I saw, you know, the filmmaking and how the actors were preparing or doing films at that time. Then, of course, you know, I mean, Sir, have been, all three of them have been, you know, there for a longer period of time than us. And I mean, दोनों की फिल्म, तीनों की फिल्मोग्राफी बहुत ज़्यादा लंबी है. और अभी हम बात कर रहे थे कि 4 साल में बहुत बदल गई है ज़िंदगी, स्पेशली हाउ वी फंक्शन इन आवर फ्रेटर्निटी. सो जब आपने स्टार्ट किया तब से तब बीच में कैसे बदली और पिछले 4 में जो तेज़ रफ्तार से बदली है, what is the difference there? I mean, the introduction of social media, the introduction of OTT, there is so many things, you know, and shift to TV, as you said. Now there are no qualms on shifting gears from OTT to films to TV to this, that, and the other, and radio as well. A lot of people are doing. I heard Anu Kapoor sir doing radio. So you know, I mean, ये जो बदलाव है, जो पहले आराम से आ रहा था, फिर तुरंत आया. वो how do you see that?
I think change is good, first and foremost. I think, and you have to accept it and live with it, and progress है, अच्छा है. I think टेक्नोलॉजी बदली है, एक्टर नहीं बदले, एक्टर और एक्टिंग नहीं बदली, टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं बदली. तो यहाँ पे सारा जो चेंज है वो उनके लिए है जो डायरेक्टर्स हैं, DOPs हैं, जो चैनल चला रहे हैं, जो प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं, जो रिलीज कर रहे हैं, जो थिएटर चला रहे हैं, ये सारी चीज़ें बदली हैं. फिर रियली गुड टू सी एक्टर कहाँ बदले. हम तो 10 साल पहले भी वही करते थे, आज भी वही करते, अगले 15 साल भी.
But what has changed is the choices have become quite varied.
We've got more choices now.
More choices you have to choose from.
Opportunities are good.
And what has changed also, which was not there, and Asur will definitely agree with me, the presence of the girls on the set. The ratio.
There was no.
Okay. Now it's 50-50. Like I've done a film called No. I mean, I've done a film called Gulmohar.
Yes.
And Gulmohar, it was 70-30. 70% women on the set.
That's such a huge paradigm.
That's a huge. So, when I was doing a film called Shul, there was one assistant cameraman of Hari, and she was a girl. So, it was quite odd that there is going to be Ravina on these dates, and there is another assistant cameraman, and that's it, or hairdresser. Apart from that, there were no girls. Okay, and now when you have worked, you are DOPs.
Yeah.
It's a great change that way, and choices. It's a very happy situation to be in, to be working in this time when all the people who deserve to be working are working.
Yes, that is OTT
You know?
has done that.
Yeah,
It has given opportunity to great actors here,
Yeah.
which unfortunately, it's a bitter truth, but it's a truth. To be on the celluloid, to be on silver screen, to be on the big screen, you have to look a certain way,
Right.
irrespective of your talent. You got to look like him. That's it.
What he's trying to say
So
is that
that's what
there's a very famous saying that camera has to like you. You know, I mean, whether you look like Aditya or not, but camera has to like you. If camera like Nawaz, I mean, Nawaz, you see him here, and the moment you watch him through the camera lens,
Oh God.
you want to look at him.
Yeah,
So that's true for.
That opportunity is there. I'm so happy. Like everybody can work. Suddenly there's a horde of great talent that has come. Writers, directors, DOPs, and actors, and everybody. There's so many. Like when actually you put your OTT on, you just see one after the other. Fabulous actors.
Directors, writers.
Yeah,
they say the
So
camera
good.
is the new guitar.
Right.
Everybody in
wants
their
Oh,
college,
so right.
or the 20s, have a camera in their
Yeah,
hand. They can click, they can shoot,
Yeah.
they can they can make beautiful videos, and I think it's beautiful to see young talent coming in.
Absolutely. नवाज भाई, आप कुछ पूछना चाहेंगे? सब अलग अलग एक्टर्स हैं, सब काफी अलग काम करते हैं, एंटरटेन करते हैं. कुछ भी आप पूछना चाहेंगे अपने दोस्तों से? Arshad, don't put these ideas.
So when you ask a question, my mind filled with many questions. So I don't.
Yeah. Till the Please. This is the best. My man.
In the house, why
ये दोनों होस्ट ये दोनों होस्ट और ये होस्ट है.
I was a DJ and
Yes.
you were a host.
No, that was a good question. First,
तीनों मिलके काम करो.
Do you all like to rehearse? Do you like to rehearse or don't?
I will admit here that actually मैं कभी भी scene I don't memorize any lines.
अच्छा.
It is on. I read a scene, and then it is only while rehearsing it on set that the lines sit
So
inside.
you never say them a little bit.
I mean, I memorize them as much as I need to, but वो आता set पर ही है. So I
But that's the right way to do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're not rehearsing, then just keep reading it. I mean, what happens with me that if I read the scene, around 7, 8, 9 times,
Read it,
read
understand
it, read it, and then
But on set you don't like to do many.
No.
a few just to know कि okay now let's not rehearse anymore.
I like to rehearse.
नहीं
Because,
just
so
मतलब एक दो बार कर लिया.
yeah, because if also I have to, improvise, I should know my
It helps you.
my limit. So, like he was working with me in one film, so I didn't know his process, but sometimes what happens is that some actors don't like to rehearse too much. And so I always tell them, यार तू अपना line बोल दे, ये मैं अपने लिए कर रहा हूँ.
Nasir Saab reading.
Yeah.
He likes all that. And then he got me. Juna reading करे, Juna rehearsal करे, सीधा set पे आकर चालू कर दिया.
Because there's an art to rehearsing.
Yeah.
So he's building it with every rehearsal. He's building his performance.
Right, no, that's a good question. Nawaz bhai, Apar, you all also answer. Like,
आई थिंक जो कभी कभी क्या होता है जो स्पेसिफिक कैरेक्टर्स होते हैं उसमें आप इम्प्रोवाइज करने की कोई गुंजाइश है नहीं एक्चुअली. उसमें आपको रिहर्स करना ही पड़ेगा. हालांकि बहुत सारी फिल्में ऐसी हैं जहाँ पे मैं भी जैसे याद नहीं करता हूँ क्योंकि वो याद नहीं करता हूँ. थोड़ा सा आइडिया रहता है कि इस तरह का कुछ सीन है और लेट्स सी देखते हैं क्या होता है. और डरने की जरूरत नहीं. अगर फंबल भी होता है व्हाटएवर जो भी है या अगर लाइन इधर की इधर चली गई इधर की उधर, लेकिन कुछ कैरेक्टर होते हैं जिनके लिए आपको रिहर्स करना ही पड़ेगा. वो नहीं हो पाएंगे.
अमित जी काफी रिहर्सल करते हैं. तो उनके साथ मतलब मैंने 3-4 फिल्में की हैं, आरक्षण एंड ऑल दैट. सो उनकी जो क्यू वाली लाइन है उसके साथ आप छेड़छाड़ मत कीजिए.
मैं भी ऐसे एक्टिंग करता हूँ. लास्ट में वो बोल देता हूँ. कुछ ही बोल.
Yeah, that's important.
एक दो बार जो है बीच में मैंने इम्प्रोवाइज कर दिया तो कहा कि अच्छा सुनिए, ये आपने कुछ बदला है क्या अपनी लाइन? नहीं सर पता नहीं मैं करता हूँ पता नहीं क्या. नहीं मुझे लगता है आपने कुछ बदला है. भाई वो सीन लेके आइए.
oh my God, that's pressure.
With Amit ji you can't. And he, one thing I've learned from him that he really likes to know it fully. He rehearses. एकदम क्रिस्प एकदम. हाँ कड़क.
आप कह रहे थे कि किसी कुछ रोल्स में हम इम्प्रोवाइज कर सकते हैं, किसमें नहीं कर सकते. फॉर एग्जांपल
जैसे एक बार मनोज भाई के साथ हमारी बात हुई तो कुछ कैरेक्टर तो वो अगर अनटिलनेस आपने उसमें क्राफ्ट यूज नहीं की तो आप नहीं कर सकते. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल जैसे नसी साहब का स्पर्श का रोल था, आपको उसमें रिहर्स करना ही पड़ेगा. आप इम्प्रोवाइज कर ही नहीं सकते उसमें,
कर ही नहीं सकते
या आके सेट पे उसको नहीं कर सकते. जो कैरेक्टर बेस्ड होते हैं रोल
उसमें जैसे इश्किया में कर सकते हो. हाँ इश्किया में कर सकते हो. So that it depends. It depends.
उस तरह की फिल्में है ना, अगर आपने बहुत ज्यादा रट के बोल दिया ना तो उसका मजा चला जाता है. बिकॉज एक फ्लूइडिटी, एक ऑर्गेनिक वे उसका. एक दो लोग की बहस है, बातें हैं.
Right.
उसमें आप फंबल आपको होना चाहिए. कुछ बातें डबल होनी चाहिए, कुछ ओवरलैप होगा, कुछ वो जितना वैसा रहेगा ना उतना अच्छा लगता है.
लेकिन कभी कभी क्या होता है ना कि आप डायलॉग की वजह से रिहर्स नहीं कर रहे हैं क्योंकि जो कैरेक्टर है उसकी कुछ डिमांड्स हैं. उसकी व्हाटएवर जो भी उसकी कुछ डिमांड्स है उसको मजबूत कर रहे हो. डायलॉग तो ऑफकोर्स सबके याद ही हो जाते हैं. इट्स नॉट अ बिग थिंग. लेकिन जो डिमांड्स है, सर्टेन डिमांड्स हैं कि आपको इस लाइन में नहीं जाना है. इट्स अ काइंड ऑफ कि आप तलवार की धार पे चल रहे हैं. आप इधर गिरे तो खाइए, इधर गिरे तो गए. आपको वो करना ही पड़ेगा.
Manoj, is it pressure when your co-actor remembers the line, like you said, Amit ji remembers it fully? Like, is it pressure for you if you're not good at ratta maroing and you don't know their full line?
No, but when you are working in that kind of a script,
Pressure for them because he doesn't remember. They are fine.
He'll improvise. फंसेंगे वो.
And जो उन्होंने बोला होगा शायद राइटर से बेहतर बोला होगा.
और अमित जी के साथ मैं कर चुका था, अक्स कर चुका था, so I knew about his process. So you have to be prepared with your lines. And but only thing is what I have realized that you do whatever you want to do, but give him the cue. Give him the cue.
That's a great lesson for everyone.
True.
But there are a lot of actors like that. A lot of actors जिनको अच्छा ऐसे भी हैं कि जिनको कोई आइडिया भी नहीं आप क्या बोल रहे हैं।
सुन ही नहीं रहे वो।
खाली अपने उस क्यों का इंतजार कर रहे हैं। अब इसके बाद मुझे डायलॉग
बहुत अरशद सर देखो ऐसा है, जब मनोज सर ने ये बात बताई तो उन्होंने एक साथ में एग्जांपल दिया कि किस एक्टर की बात कर रहे हैं। हम जानना चाहते हैं किस एक्टर की बात कर रहे हैं। खत्म हो गया।
No, but you know, at times what happens that I can easily find out if this actor is
Listening or not.
because his eyes go completely numb. Numb.
मनोज सर एक और बात बताऊं मैं आपको, वो ये देख रहा होगा अभी भी आंखें नम हो गई क्योंकि मेरी बात हो रही है।
कल पता चला ढेर सारे फोन आ रहे हैं, क्यों बोला मेरे बारे में।
शुगर नाम भी बोला तेरा।
Anyone on this table who's good at this ratta maroge and needs a cue?
I don't rattamaru. I rehearse it many times. I mean, in Banda, that last speech was 6 pages. I must have rehearsed. It so many times, read it so many times that the lines have to become part of your system.
Right.
If you are really going to rattamaru, then you are going to fall.
इनके किस्सा है लगता है।
रट्टा मारो वाला से एक बार क्या हुआ, मैं एक फिल्म कर रहा था तो एक एक्टर डायलॉग याद नहीं कर रहा, और मैं डायलॉग याद कर रहा था। मैंने पता नहीं यार डायलॉग क्यों नहीं याद कर रहा है, पूछा कि भाई सीन होने वाला है क्या, बोले सर मेरी आंखों की तरफ देख रहा था वैसे। मैंने पता नहीं। एनीवे हम लोगों का सीन था बस में, बस के आगे यहाँ जो उतरते हैं वहाँ पे कैमरा, रिग पे कैमरा लगा रखा है, वो बस की पेड़ी पे बैठा, मैं उसके ऊपर बैठा हुआ, बस जा रही। मैंने तो डायलॉग याद नहीं सर, फर्रा निकाला, मैं स्कूल का हूँ सर। फर्रा निकाला और जो कैमरा था ना, कैमरे के यहाँ पे क्लिप लगाई, लगा दिया। अब बस चली, उसके और मेरे दोनों के डायलॉग थे, बस चल रही है, वो अचानक से क्या हुआ, हवा से
तुम्हारी सारी एक्टिंग हवा हो गई।
बस बढ़ती गई और वो जो पेज था उसको ढूंढा गया, वो 1 किलोमीटर के पास कहीं जाके
पेज को नहीं ढूंढना था, नए एक्टर को ढूंढना था।
Because they were never on the same page. That guy is full of shit. Oh God.
Okay, before we wrap, two of you all want to ask anything? Yeah. Oh my God.
I don't, not
sure.
really, not really. Yeah, I'm just like, listen, honestly, I want to express here.
Sure.
Just what a moment this is for me to be sitting here between these two, and also Arshad sir. Like, I mean, बच्चा था मैं यार, really. No, really. Like तेरे मेरे सपने. I was a huge
He's
fan.
on a roll. He's just
of all of you, and it's just really amazing for me to be sitting here. And और क्या पूछूं?
Wow, yeah. Yes. Till Manoj ji thinks, आप पूछिए. Oh, you're done? Okay.
So I want to ask Arshad. I mean, I don't know how many of you have seen Sehar.
Yes.
I don't think so. I'll hit you if I haven't.
No, but I personally ask you, do you actually know how talented you are?
I love him very much.
No, definitely. You should love me because I am going to remind you how talented you are.
Thank you so much.
And at the same time, I would reprimand you for not doing justice to yourself and to your talent. He's such an amazing, amazing actor.
A lot of people say that.
And when I watched that film, Sehar, I watched it again, second time. Just within half an hour span of time, I again watched it. For me, that performance is something actually tells you about the caliber of the person, the depth of the human being. No matter how much he does hoo-ha, there is a man, who is far more deeper than that. And the performance has come from there. Okay? So when you're going to do another something like
Nobody takes me seriously, Manoj.
that was a game changer.
I used to be cracking up even there.
Yeah.
You'll see all the serious scenes before that. I used to be like this, and then I would tuck karke perform.
No, but you must have got.
No, I'll tell you honestly.
Just
what
got
happens now.
Yeah.
You have the. It's I don't know. I घूम फिर के बात वहीं पे आ जाती है कि एक सही कॉम्बिनेशन जब बैठता है, सही कहानी, सही डायरेक्टर, सही प्रोड्यूसर, सही लोग आते हैं ना, तब जाके ऐसा कुछ होता है.
Because मैं असुर का बहुत बड़ा फैन रहा हूँ. असुर 1 and असुर 2, there are two things changed for me. Two things. Asur 1 was a very good series. Asur 2 was a very, very well written series, and it was very difficult. It was a very difficult series to write
characters very
and
good.
direct
Yeah,
and
very difficult
perform.
to write.
But for me, you look far more different in this one, Asur 2. Far more, I saw you with the character. I don't know, because I really observe you very minutely because of Sehar. Because of Sehar.
Thanks, sir. Thanks.
You know, apart from the dancing that, the dancing that you do, apart from your comic timing, but, Sehar has really changed many things for me.
Yeah, a lot of people have.
Yeah.
It's a very beautiful film.
Yeah.
That's another sad part. If Sehar was released today at this time, things would be different.
Yeah, yeah.
देखो मैंने अरशद वारसी को सीरियस कर दिया ना.
Well done, well done.
नहीं आज के चुने गई है मुझे लग रहा था ये सच बोल रहे हैं
हाँ, a lot of people have told you that. Yeah.
So let me just tell you that your show has now become Kapil Sharma show.
Without Kapil Sharma. Right.
Serious actors का सत्यानाश हो गया.
Sorry, that's a film. A lot of people. You must have got this feedback from family, friends, everyone. They saw different Arshad Warsi.
I liked that film, and there were so many things to that film because that time he didn't have any big actor. He asked a lot of people to do the film. Nobody wanted to do it because well, यार end में hero मर जाता है. Without killing the villain, hero dies. So nobody wanted to do it. And I heard the script. I liked it. I never cared about that. Those things don't matter to me. This machoism doesn't matter to me. For me, a script is good. Script is good script. So I told him, I said, यार देख, तुझे अगर बड़ा हीरो मिलेगा ना, तो मैं विलन कर लूँगा, और तुझे अगर बड़ा विलन मिलेगा, तो मैं हीरो कर लूँगा, जैसे भी. So I was willing to do any part because for me, both the parts were good. For me, the film is good. Many times I don't even look at the character. I listen to a script which I would like to watch.
Okay.
So if I read a story, I'll say, do I want to see this film? Then I want to do the film. If I don't want to see it, I don't want to do it.
Right.
So it's like that. तो मुझे तो ये तो फिर वो सुशांत मिला, वो जो जबरदस्त एक्टर है वो. So he played that villain role, but Kabir is a very good director.
Amazing.
Well, नवाज तो मतलब मैं सवाल पूछता रहता हूँ अपनी जिंदगी में हम बहुत मिलते हैं, लेकिन मैं अर्जुन से पूछना चाहता हूँ. I want to see you more. The kind of talent he is. है कि नहीं?
मैं एक फिल्म फेस्टिवल में गया हुआ था.
I want to really see him more. In good films, bad films, whatever. It doesn't matter.
मैं एक फिल्म फेस्टिवल में गया हुआ था. मैंने जैसे ही देखा इनकी एक फिल्म लगी हुई है, मैंने सारे अपने प्लान कैंसिल किए और वो फिल्म देखने गया मैं साथ में. बिकॉज यू आर राइट, इतना देखने को नहीं मिलता है. ये सही बात है.
Right.
मधुर साहब ऐसा मत कीजिए.
But मनोज जी, आपने कहा आप नवाज भाई से पूछते रहते हैं, हमने नहीं देखा है, क्या आप कुछ पूछना चाहेंगे यहाँ पर? We also would like to see.
सबके सामने मुंह मत
नहीं नहीं
आपको भी पता है क्या हो रहा है.
ऐसा क्या बात कर रहे हैं?
ऐसा क्या है? What do you guys chat about?
No, I mean, many superficial things mostly.
Okay.
But I keep telling him that how brilliant he is. I mean, it's there are some people whose IQs are very high, but I personally think that nobody's EQ is higher than this guy. This guy is something else. How he catches the character that he's playing, the kind of edge that he gets to his performance. Yeah.
मतलब भाई साहब ने सबका सत्यानाश कर दिया था आके. Just one freaking thing that एक मोनोलॉग है कैमरे के सामने, और बाप रे, just rips you apart, man. Beautiful.
Absolutely.
एक सवाल मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ.
Yes.
Again,
तुम अब एक्टर बन चुके हो.
ये प्लीज सीनियर एक्टर बैठे मैं क्या करूं?
पूछ लो.
तीनों सीनियर एक्टर्स की बहुत मिमिक्री की जाती है. इनको अच्छा लगता है कि बुरा लगता है? आप तीनों की बहुत, I mean, आपके फैंस
खुद
हैं.
करते हैं मिमिक्री.
नहीं, बाकी लोग जो फैंस हैं इनके वो करते हैं इनकी मिमिक्री बहुत. वो इनको अच्छा लगता है कि बुरा लगता है?
अच्छा, मेरी मिमिक्री कोई नहीं करता है, लेकिन एक दो तीन लोग हैं जो वो हर बार जो है मेरे टाइमलाइन पे आ करके अपना फोटो लगाते हैं, कहते हैं मैं मनोज बाजपेयी जैसा दिखता हूँ.
मैं नहीं दिखता, तुम कहाँ से दिखोगे?
मैं कहता हूँ कि अगर ये मैं दिखता हूँ तो मैं दिखना ही नहीं चाहता.
But हम सच में क्या कहते हो? रिप्लाई करते हो, लाइक करते हो?
नहीं कुछ नहीं
या
करता हूँ।
भी
नहीं उसको अवॉइड करो। लेट हिम डिसअपियर इन ओब्लिवियन।
नवाज भाई, पूरा देश आपकी मिमिक्री कर रहा होता है, स्पेशली बाप का।
मुझे बुरा लगता है क्योंकि वो एक खास
Performance को
गैंग्स ऑफ वासेपुर का ही पूरा वो करते हैं, बाकी तो
मेरा जब बेटा छोटा था ना, तो उसके फ्रेंड्स बर्थडे पार्टी, तो उसने द फ्रेंड्स ऑल केम, बोले कि अंकल कम एज सर्किट नो अंकल कम एज। तो मैंने बोला बच्चों को खुश करते हैं, मैंने यार स्मॉल किड्स का। आई आस्क्ड माय सन, आई सेड जीक डू यू वांट मी टू कम एज सर्किट? तो मैं बोलता हु सर्किट?
हेलो रियलिटी चेक। दैट्स इट।
सबसे तो मेरी बेटी तो कमाल ही है। फैमिली मैन देखा उसने पहला सीजन। और मैं पूछा उससे, सो हाउ वाज इट? या इट वाज नाइस ओके, अच्छा हो गया। नाउ शारिब हाशमी मेरे घर पे आता है और मेरी बेटी ने दरवाजा खोला और ऐसे खड़ी हुई, पापा जेके
घर की मुर्गी दाल माय गॉड बता रहा हूं।
मैंने कहा ये देखो इसको।
Who gives you all reaction? Adi Apar, who gives you all that reaction that you all in your family, friends? Whose reaction do you wait for?
The reality check.
Reality check.
My mom tells
Your
me.
mom tells you.
Straight, like it is.
If she doesn't like you in something, she'll tell
She'll tell me.
बिल्कुल
I have 3 WhatsApp groups and they all give me the best reality checks. One is my family group, second is my radio group, third is my theatre group. WhatsApp group पे, I mean, साथ ही मैसेज आया था कोई गाना रिलीज हुआ या फिल्म रिलीज हुई है. I think and touch wood they all are very rather I would say कि मेरे सारे दोस्त जो आसपास हैं वो इतने घनिष्ठ मित्रता है उन सबके साथ that they all just say it. I mean, there's never
Right.
I mean, been like that.
एक्टर्स को तो मोस्टली लोग अच्छा ही कहेंगे कि यार आप इतने अच्छे थे, आसपास के सभी लोग कहेंगे।
आपका पीयर ग्रुप नहीं कहता है।
दोस्त नहीं कहते सर।
फ्रेंड्स विल टेल यू।
हाँ, ये सारे पुराने दोस्त हैं सर।
फैमिली आई थिंक मरिया फैमिली। बट इनिशियली क्या होता था जब व्हेन आई जस्ट केम इन दिस बिजनेस एंड मरिया को बोलता था कि वी डूइंग आई गॉट अ फिल्म और यू नो प्लानिंग टू शूट एंड नॉट वेरी गुड, द स्क्रिप्ट इज नॉट वेरी गुड, don't do it Arshad. If you don't like it, don't do it. We're shooting in Australia, let's go.
ऐसे ही खराब हुआ। आपको क्या लगता है मैंने खराब पिक्चर की? नहीं, मैंने खराब लड़की से शादी की।
मेरे साथ तो दिक्कत ये है कि कोई ऑस्ट्रेलिया स्विट्जरलैंड वाली
मैं तो ऐसे ही कर लूं। Guys, I can go on and on. This is so much fun. Like you said, it has become Kapil Sharma show without Kapil Sharma.
Humor is the best thing.
I can go on and on, but thank you for coming. Thank you for being the way you all are with each other.
Apologies for destroying your show.
We will see.
एक ही अरशद काफी है।
ऐसे कई शो बर्बाद कर चुके हो। ऐसे कई सीरियस एक्टर को।
Before Arshad calls for his drinks, let's call it a day. Thank you so much and looking forward to a great 2024.
Yes, absolutely.
Super.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.